Alright, we are live. What is going on, guys? Welcome to the video. It's Brian Dolinick here, and I'm coming to you from my home office. We're going to talk about business. We're going to talk about how to start a business. I'm excited because if you're looking at getting involved in business, being your own entrepreneur, being your own boss, what we're going to talk about in a review format in this video is a non-emergency transportation business. I'm going to do a review on the business model based on my personal experience with it, having a couple business friends of mine who have done it over the last 3 years, having myself start a couple different types of businesses and building relationships with them. And I'll tell you, the key focal point when it comes to a transportation business like the taxi industry, Uber industry, it comes down to getting the biggest bang for your buck. So when it comes to non-emergency, medical transportation, you're looking at offering a service that is just kind of like a care service, alright, on-the-go care service, which if you've got a fleet, it's really your focal point, right there, your fleet. You got to have a couple vehicles, and that's going to be the ideal process that you got to go through. And having a friend of mine, this is how they did it, you don't have to follow it to a T, but what they did was they actually went on LinkedIn, and how they started their non-medical transportation business was they built relationships with CFOs and CEOs of medical establishments, so like hospitals, clinic centers. Clinic centers are really big because it can be really hard to get into hospitals, so they built for sports clinics, therapeutic clinics, even massage therapy clinics where they would transport an individual offering a service as the middleman, they would transport an individual who is either already a client of that clinic, or who wasn't and was looking at it, and they would transport that person from their home all the way to the clinic. And they would do this, and they would also do in-house. So they would offer the services to go in the house, and they would just do the therapeutic massage, or they would do the whole assessment on the person's body from there. So that's how they started. They just went on LinkedIn, built relationships with small clinic owners, therapeutic clinic owners, massage therapy clinic owners, and also some hospitals. It's a little bit harder to get into them, but that's how they started to get going. So in an essence, it's really about building relationships with people with established businesses, and then you can be that middleman, on transporting people to and from, and also going in homes, but that is probably the simplest, newbiest friendly way I could share it with you from my personal experience that I've learned. So if you have any questions in addition to this video, I know it's very straight to the point, you can comment down below and I'll give you more detail on it. I figured in addition to this video, if you're looking at this for similar reasons why I had a friend who did this, like I said, my friend who was doing this, that's the process they went through, but they were looking at this more so because they wanted to start a simple business to make money. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're looking at this to start a simple business to make money, be your own boss, travel, retire your wife, retire your husband, just be able to create your own income without financial stress anymore, then I've got to lead on a theory way before you consider doing a non-emergency medical transportation business, because driving around all day long, it can be very frustrating and aggravating unless you like sitting in a car all day long. If you like that, then go for what I just shared with you in the beginning. But if you're wanting to build a business, have a life at the same time, create time, freedom, and flexibility, if you hear me out here for a minute, my story and experience with it goes back over the last 90 days. Well, not 90 days. It took me 90 days, going back 15 months ago to create a full-time income business working part-time. And what happened was I came across an individual who was building a business, and they didn't have supplies, equipment, employees. They weren't driving to and fro from clinic to clinic, from people's houses, and they weren't doing any of that stuff. They were working on their laptop computer, on the internet, making a multiple six-figure income, began to model and copy them because they were doing this without cold prospecting people or chasing people down. And then, like I said, in less than 90 days, I was able to, after that, for myself and family, create a full-time income business working part-time. Is that average or typical? No, obviously not. I had to work. I had to put in work. I had to work my ass off. I had to learn some things. But to be frank with you, if you want to build a business and you want to have time, freedom, flexibility, true leverage meaning you don't have to deal with the overhead associated with a traditional business, driving around, doing shipping and handling, inventory, supplies, equipment, best thing you could do, most profitable business you could tap into in today's marketplace is an online business model. I'm not going to tell you it's the only way, but if you want to create time, freedom, leverage, flexibility, to do what you're passionate about, learn to build a business online. And I would encourage you connect with someone who's already doing it, model and copy what they're doing, because it wasn't until I found someone who was willing to help me that I had a breakthrough. So if it works for me, it can definitely work for you. And I hope you enjoyed this. If you've got questions, like I said, comment below. If you'd like to learn more information in detail on how to build a business online, if this makes sense to you, you'd like to learn more info, connect with me on my site. Check it out. It's 123marketingtips.com. The link will be in the description below. And even though what I've done is not a medical transportation business, if you want to learn those skills to building a business, to have a life, quit your job, create time freedom, leverage, flexibility, retire your husband, okay, to do what you want when you want. Connect with me on my site, and I'll see you on the beach of the world. Take care.